Hey friends, in today's video, I'll walk you through how you can become a clay expert super fast, and I'll walk you through the two paths that you can take in order to finally become a clay expert. Now, first of all, you may ask, why the hell would you listen to me specifically? And the answer is quite simple in my eyes. I'm one of the first UK-based certified clay experts. I teach clay to over 100 students inside of my course. I run a clay agency as well, which basically implements clay for a bunch of businesses. So I'd like to say that I'm relatively qualified to be talking about this, since I just applied for this clay expert program a couple of weeks ago, and I just got a confirmation that I basically made it, although only 18% of people that apply are certified as experts. So that's why I think I'm in a pretty good position to walk you through how you can become the next clay expert. Now, essentially, the first option that you have to become a clay expert is to go to clay.com/experts. You will fill in a quick form. You will record a Loom video walking through a WOW table, a table that's like insanely good, that uses webhooks, APIs, multiple different tables within that workbook, hopefully. And statistically, 15 to 20% of you will get approved by Clay to become their next Clay expert. Now, if you are unfamiliar with this, the main benefits of doing it is that you will then feature on this directory of all the clay agencies and all the freelancers, more or less, that are associated with clay. And this way, you will get a lot of traffic, because a lot of companies struggle with implementing clay, just like they struggled with implementing Salesforce a couple of decades ago, right? When it just came out. Maybe not a couple of decades, but I'm sure you get the point, right? And over here, they will be able to filter based on industries, languages, ICPs, expertise, and so on. And based on that, straight away, they will be matched to you, and then they can like click on this random agency, see that they're UK based, see the pricing, and then they can click on the button and book a call with you using your Calendly link, right? And basically, this is the way that Clay will drive traffic to you. And all you have to do to make this happen is basically go on this clay.com/experts website, click on Become a Clay Expert, and you will be redirected to this Notion file, which walks you through the benefits. And obviously there are a bunch of benefits of being a certified clay partner and the certified experts. The main benefit being the co-marketing. So you can lead webinars if you want to, you can feature in newsletters, you can give them some case studies to share in there, like marketing, all sorts of that kind of stuff. You will get a bunch of website traffic from the experts page, of course, as well. You will get the expert badge and brand assets. You will get a bunch of perks. I don't want to go through all of those, but the main benefit is you'll basically collect 20% of Clay's revenue on any sort of customers that you refer to them, or any existing customers, I think, as well. Most likely just the people that you refer going forward. Now, the program criteria is the thing that will filter out a few of you. And the criteria is quite simple. First of all, your minimum agency monthly recurring revenue should be $11,000, I believe. Now, the monthly spend on Clay between all of your clients should at the very least be $2,000. You need to have 2+ reputable testimonials. So in other words, they will get you to reference 2 clients that should testify to you being a good expert. And then above that, they will be looking at your product proficiency, which they will check in a Loom video. Now, if this scares you already and you're thinking like, hey, I don't have an 11K minimum monthly recurring revenue, or I don't have 2K in minimum spend, I know a couple of people that applied before and who did not tick every single one of those criteria. However, this will of course be useful if you tick all of these boxes in order to qualify. And I'll walk you through how to fill in that form and basically the entire process of that throughout this video to maximize your chances of actually getting this. And of course, by all means, I'm not saying to lie. I'm not saying to be deceptive in the process. I'm saying you can qualify as a Clay expert, maybe without having an 11K minimum agency MRR. Maybe. I don't know this for a fact, but once again, this should not hold you back, because this is what held me back from applying months ago. And finally, when I applied, I got in. So once again, I don't think, it depends on where your revenue is and all this fun stuff. But once again, they don't like verify you based on your profit and loss accounts, right? So don't be too scared. Now, finally, all that happens at the end of this form is you can basically apply here. And once again, they expect you to read a program overview. At that moment in time, you click on continue. You provide some basic information like your first name, last name, all that fun stuff. And let's say we just fill that in as a placeholder. And after that, they ask for your LinkedIn URL. So I'm just going to put .com. Let's try that. Oops, didn't hack the system. And then you just basically press enter. They ask for your Clay community number. So I'm just going to put in a random number. They ask for your workspace. So we can put in the workspace number as well. At this moment in time, they ask you if you're an agency or freelancer. I honestly don't know if you should be an agency. So I would just click agency, but if you're a freelancer, I don't know what happens. At this moment in time, you just put in your website. So I'm just going to put in my agency's website. And then this is the disqualifying question, right? So when it gives you that it's compulsory, the chances are you probably will be screened out if it's under 11,000. So once again, it's up to you. It depends on where you are in the journey. I filled in at 11K to 150K because that's the range that we're in. And then after that, how many clients have you onboarded into Clay? I think I selected under 20, I think, in total, because I thought they will ask me to reference every individual client. And this is where you do need to reference the clients, right? So I'm just going to put this in as a placeholder. Same thing for the second client as well. And this is another reason that if you haven't watched the other video that I've got on the YouTube channel about how to actually monetize your Clay skills, it's important to have some references of your clients. So that's why maybe go out there and build a free Clay table for someone so they can finally provide you with a nice reference when it comes to applications like this one. And then afterwards, when you basically fill in all of this fancy stuff, you can click on Get Started with the Experts exam. And the Experts exam is basically this task, which asks you for a 5-minute Loom walkthrough, where you need to have some sort of custom scoring, large data sets, HTTP APIs, webhooks, over 10 different table workbooks as well. So over 10 tables within a workbook, lead sourcing and targeting, and basically just wants you to talk about how you used all of this fun stuff inside of a Clay table. And they will only watch 5 minutes and 10 seconds of a video about this. And one thing to keep in mind, you need to add a link to the Clay table here as well. So you can't just give them a placeholder table that looks insane, but in reality doesn't work. At that moment in time, it's almost done, I think. So at that moment in time, you just click on submit and you just anticipate anxiously refreshing your inbox every morning, staying up late at night, waiting for this email to arrive. And then when this email arrives, you basically get told that hey, we've had a bunch of applications. And if you've been selected, of course, they'll say well done. They will do a small onboarding call with you. They'll ask you to fill in this form. And this form is basically just going to be about your profile for the Clay Expert page. So you need to put in your pricing, your Loom video, all of this fun stuff that basically will help you feature on this directory over here, right? Wherever the directory is, I can't find it anymore. Yeah, this directory here. And basically, this is the entire process. One thing I would say is don't be too focused on just thinking of just becoming a Clay expert, because yes, that's really cool. And in all honesty, I only applied to become a Clay expert a week ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago. And I didn't even think that this is important for me as someone that runs a lead generation agency, because yes, Clay brings you the social proof, but 99% of it is you will get 99% of the same traffic if you just post any sort of workflows that you build. After you build them, just go post them on LinkedIn and just literally say, here is how we did this workflow for this industry type of clients, right? And when you post about that, I guarantee you can post 30 videos or so like that, and 99% of you would not do that because you don't have the persistence to do it. But if you post it for 30 days straight, you will go from getting 2 or 3 sympathy likes to getting 30, 40 likes from fellow Clay nerds. And before you know it, you will be driving a bunch of inbound through your LinkedIn. So I would say if you don't qualify for this program, honestly, it does not hurt to just be posting this on LinkedIn. And you don't need to have your camera on like I do in every video. You can literally just walk them through a Clay table or do a text only post about it or something of that sort as well. Now, the second option, which of course is the reason I'm recording this video in all honesty, is you could complete this course, which is called Unlock Clay, and you can get a certificate to show off to employers, your LinkedIn fans, or anyone in between. So whenever you apply for a go-to-market engineer role, they can see that you've learned Clay somewhere. And the idea behind this course is basically we give you a certificate, and you can see it says certified over here. And all you need to do is become a Clay expert in under 3 hours. And worth noting, if you go to the bottom of this website, because this is super, super important, over here it says, hey, this certificate is not affiliated with or endorsed by clay.com. And this is like really important to read this fine print on the website. So it's not the same certificate that you're getting, but you are still certified as a clay expert or as a person that knows clay, right? So if you want to take me up on that, this course literally costs £100. It's the #1 clay course out there. The reason I'm saying this is because we taught over 160 students and I've only refunded 3 people, and I've posted the reasons for the refunds on my LinkedIn, and I can link this post underneath this video as well. Everyone, like the 3 people asked for refunds, one of them was because they just decided it was too complicated to use clay generally, like they thought it was just too difficult to use clay. And then the other 2 people, I don't even remember the reasons, but it was not because the course is bad, put it that way. Everyone said that the course is great. So if you want to take me up on that, I will give you your money back within 30 days of you purchasing the course if you don't like it. And it's unconditional. And I'll also write you a handwritten letter of apology for all that I care. So in a nutshell, this is how you could become a clay expert. If I were you, put this on hold until you have like 4 or 5 clients. And then at that moment in time, start considering it. But other than that, I hope this was informative. I hope to see you inside of unlockclay.com. Or alternatively, worst comes to worst, just have a look at some other videos on this channel. They answer a bunch of clay questions that you probably have. And on top of that, if you want exact slides from here, just so that you can click on the links and so on, I will make sure to attach them underneath the video. So I'll see you in the next one, and subscribe to the channel if you love to see a bunch of random nerdy clay content. Over and out. Cheers.